Power to the people we shine, giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong.
It's time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Ride along live, worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people we shine, giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong.
Welcome to Ride Along Live for today. It is Tuesday on the ride. And it's, Tuesday is what's pissing you off. And today's just like a special edition of what's pissing you off. Because today, I don't know, guys. I'm in Grenada right now, right? And boy, so let's say something is definitely not right. Something is definitely wrong. You have to be. Because the amount of rain, guys, that I witnessed within such a short space of time, I don't know where the rain come out. Guys, it rained like if there was like about 10 years of rain pile up and they all had to just get out right now. We'll talk about it. Massive flooding in places like River Road, Granans, Grenville, you name it. All the areas that are prone to massive flooding, they got the flooding. But funny enough, there was some areas that I've never seen flooded before. They flooded today as well. Yeah, real bad. Let me show you guys how really bad it was, right? Let me see if I could put this up. Take a look at it. This is just a clip of what River Road looked like earlier today. River Road, eh? We all know River Road does flood a lot. We all know how River Road does get down. But this was something special. This was something special. So we're going to talk about it today, and we're going to look at the areas that was flooded and the devastation and the cancellation and the problem it caused throughout the day. It wreaked havoc throughout Grenada, in particular, mainland. The life is frozen. All right, let me check that. If you guys have seen me well, give me a thumbs up. Someone said that the live is frozen. So let me check it out. Now the live is not frozen. I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing myself. Let me know, guys, if you're seeing me fine. It's okay? All right. So it's frozen by that person. Yeah. It's good? You're good. Okay, great. Right, guys, so I want you to add followers because we're about to show you some of the devastation that occurred today in the aftermath of this flood. I don't know, it wasn't a hurricane, it wasn't any kind of tropical storm, any kind of tropical depression. I don't even know if NADMA warned anyone about anything coming. It was just non-stop rain. In fact, it rained so much. I was coming down Grenada's area and it started to rain, and it was raining so bad that I have an SUV, right? And I had to pull over by the side and just chill for a while. I sat there like for about an hour and the rain didn't stop falling. In a space of within that hour, guys, when I walked outside and I tried to step outside in Grenada, right by the Port Highway, the water was at least at my ankle, above my ankle, right? Just an idea. It was really bad. And my guest today, we have Django, who's going to be joining us, because Django decided to go out of St. George, or go, not out of St. George, but a little bit out of the immediate area where I was, and he saw stuff as well. And we want you guys to continue to send in us some videos and footage that you have, whether you're in Grenville, whether you in St. Patrick, and I know going down that coast, guys, I can imagine the amount of slide, and a lot of people who are trying to make their way home right now having major problems because we passed to come to the studio here and we passed over by the bus terminal. There was no buses. Well, there was few buses. Let me put it like that. There were few buses. There were very few buses, right? And a lot of people started to walk, right? Tam CC in Tantin, guys, inside of the school, inside of one particular classroom. We're going to show the video a little bit later. That classroom was flooded out until some of the students had to stand up on their chairs and on their tables. Crazy. It was one in a lifetime kind of rain. That's what we're talking about. Let me bring in Django, because Django was out and about today. Django, how you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Good. I'm very good.
All right. So it's what's pissing you off on a Tuesday, Django, and what's pissing you off today? Let's start there.
Yeah, boy. The weather. I wasn't prepared for that weather at all. Now that I'm mad at it, I'm kind of happy that we have it, and I believe we could learn some lessons from it, and we could probably capitalize on what transpired today. But I really wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for it at all. It took me about 5 hours to get from Grenada to St. George today, first time ever. I know normally you could fly to a different country and a whole different hemisphere in that period of time. Man. It took me about 5, probably 6 hours to get to St. George's today. First time ever. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So what were some of the problems that you saw? What were some of the things that you saw while you were driving around?
I witnessed major landslides in the St. David area in particular. Well, it started, the first one I witnessed was somewhere in Mount Carmel. Then Hope, and as you come down, you'll see major slides coming all the way down to St. George's. When you got to, I think it's last Jess is when we had the first major hurdle, that flat bridge there close to the playing field.
Right.
Flooded, man, flooded. We had to take a back road to go places I've never seen before. I had to use, today to kind of get away from the flood and the traffic and everything, and it was utter chaos. A lot of vehicles on the road, a lot of water, man. Rain, brother. Rain, water. Yeah, a lot of water, man.
How was Grenville Town?
Surprisingly, Grenville Town, when I left, it wasn't that bad, There were minor levels of water. I think was by the blast, the Ben Jones Street, the Victoria Street area there.
Right.
There was not a lot of water as was last week Friday.
Right.
But I'm assuming that it may have probably rose after I left Grenville, because I left Grenville about after 1 thereabout. Yeah, when I left, it was minimal water. Nothing that I could have drive through it. Nothing to talk about.
Right. And what I why I recognize, right, and you probably know this much better than me because you're here. Areas that I don't normally see that flood so bad, I saw it flooded today. I don't know if you witnessed that.
Yeah. That is the most amount of rain I've ever seen in my entire many years on this hotel. I've never seen so much.
It's such a short space of time.
Yeah, that's sure. Well, for them, because the rain started I came to St. George's earlier this morning to drop off the children. And from about 8:30, 9 o'clock thereabout, it was a lot of rain. And that rain persisted and continued. I went up to Budge Grove to do something, and from the time I got there, it was just rain. I couldn't even do what I went to do. Rain, man, a lot of rain.
Guys, we're here. We're talking about the weather, massive flooding throughout Grenada today. Again, I was in St. George here in Grenada's area, and the rain started to fall so bad. I mean, literally, Grenada's area was flooded by the Port Highway there. It was flooded.
Yes.
Even before, by FedEx coming around by Kirani James Boulevard after you passed there by Tropicana, it was flooded. And
I saw some videos on Facebook. The sea and the road you couldn't tell the difference where the road started or where the sea ended in that area there.
Yeah. Django, let's talk about, I know that there are some areas that are prone to flooding, right? But over the years, I've also seen administration come, administration go. They all try to fix some of the problem, but it just seemed like the problem never fixed. River Road, to be exact, right? From the time I know myself, even before they put up that big thing there, it always flooded. And even today, it was flooded just the same, even with those big wall things there. What is the problem with River Road? What could fix the problem, or could anything fix the problem from your perspective? You think?
I honestly believe the commencement where the walls start in that River Road project is not where I was. That can be the place that wall started. Because if you look at the videos today, the water started to flood the banks even before the wall.
Yes.
So we spent a couple $1 million well there to probably protect some interests. I'm not too sure if that was the design, but it did not solve the problem, and it cannot solve the problem because it has shown itself today. It is evident that the flooding took place probably as far as the Carl gas station coming on that road there. Because the water was in the road even before that point. Before the bridge by Steels, it was right in the bridge closest to Steel, and the wall starts about probably 20 feet after the bridge.
Let me mute the audio here so people can see exactly what it looked like. This was something like out of a freaking movie.
A movie, yeah, man.
Yeah, this was something unheard of, like out of a movie. This is River Road, and I saw the images, and I had to say to people, I said, "Wait, is that today? Like, is that stock footage?" I'm still not convinced that that's how that is it.
Yep. Yeah, man. This was crazy, man. This was really crazy, and I'm saddened for the owners of property in that area because there's a lot of I even saw some pictures with the vehicles in the stadium, partner. everything wiped out. Every vehicle that was parked in the stadium car park was flooded to over halfway in the door.
Wow.
This is something I've never seen before. Every vehicle, not one, not two, not three, all of them. Everybody. And these vehicles on the screen, I understand there were people sitting in these vehicles.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I heard that.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't think we could have ever imagined when the wall was designed, we could have imagined something like this happening anytime in our lifetime.
Now this is out of this world. I mean, I saw flood before in River Road. You know, I've seen, by the stadium they flooded.
Yeah.
But basically, this is something that that I haven't seen, especially in River Road, and I know River Road is prone to flooding.
Yeah.
It goes to show that the project, this wall, did absolutely nothing
Nothing.
to help the
Nothing.
situation there.
Nothing. No, this wall, I don't think they watch. I remember one time I was told that community wisdom is what is most needed when conceptualizing a project. And this is a clear indication that the community wisdom was not involved in the design of this project. The people in the community that has listened to their grandparents and their foreparents speak about how this water could behave. These are the people that we need to consult when you're about to embark on any project. Because we may take 50 years, for example, and say, well, let us do a project because in 50 years that did not happen. But the 50 years prior to that, they may have had a major catastrophe that we did not record. But the older people would pass it on to their children and the grandchildren would hear the stories, and then these are the people that we need to speak with to start and build project, because we've basically wasted a couple of probably $20 million on this project because the problem ain't solved. The problem is not solved at all.
And you said you sent me some footage. You said that you was in the Grenville area and you saw a lot of slide. And the funny thing about it is that the rain fell. There were slides from since 2 days ago, so the soil was already saturated.
Saturated, exactly.
Where is this? Where is this?
Which one?
I think the image, not the video. Let me mute the video. I don't know if you're seeing that image right between us there. Are you seeing that image?
Not as yet.
Okay. So you're not seeing it. Okay. So
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Where is that?
This one is in Providence. That's when you go up to Syracuse, between Syracuse, Vincennes area there. This is between that area right inside there. And this is, let me tell you something, this is one of about 10 slides that I saw. Yeah, this is the last one because I couldn't pass it. I had to turn around right there. Because this is, if you look closely, you see telephone poles and everything falling with this.
Yes. We're going to be joined by another correspondent in a little while, guys, and we're inviting everyone to share their image, share their video of what they witnessed today in this massive, heavy rainfall, flooding, landslide. Django, did you hear of any situation where anyone was hurt or trapped in houses? I know sometimes people build in Grenada on slopes and high hills, and sometimes slide could take that down. Did you hear of any of?
No, fortunately, I didn't hear anything of any individual getting damaged. But I know for a fact that a lot of property was lost. When I say property, it may not be house, but land is also considered property. So a lot of land and stuff was vehicles and assets were lost today. A lot. And the funny thing, I'm not too sure these folks would be compensated by the insurance coverage, because most times we might take it for granted because it never happened. We probably had 5 vehicles.
This is the aftermath of yeah.
We've had 5 vehicles in the past, and we never had that, so we wouldn't take out a policy against flooding.
Right.
Oh boy, look at that today.
People need to have flood insurance, particularly. Okay, so what we saw earlier was River Road, right, where the water was coming down in full force. I just made a drive past River Road. That was like about 20 minutes ago, right? So this is how River Road look now. Big stone in the road. Stone in the road, my friend, right? It looked as if the river came down with so much fury that it brought big stone, big chunk of wood all over the place. Well, of course, the mud, and you have to be very, very careful when you're driving on River Road because it is slippery, it is muddy. You could just imagine, right? So this is River Road. Just about 10, 15 minutes ago, as I made my way to the studio, and you'll see one of the things that Grenada and Grenadians are prone for and prone to do, they're very resilient because people are ready, they're not waiting, you know, they pick up the thing and they start to clean already. They're not waiting for nobody to come and have to tell them to do or whatever. But the amount of debris that was left back from this massive rainfall, you would swear think like somebody passed with two dumpster truck
Dump
and
it.
they just dump big stone, big wood, big wall, all kind of thing in the road.
Oh,
Well, people say that they can't see nothing. I don't
no,
know.
it's not.
It's not showing. Okay,
It's
all
not
right.
showing.
Okay, it's showing on my end, but it's not on your end, and I know why. But essentially, the video that I was showing there that you guys are unable to see was the debris, that the big stones and stuff like that that's on the river. But I'm going to truncate that video and play it back for you in a short while. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, you're not able to see it. I'm going to ingest it in the system a little bit differently so that you guys would be able to see it. But we are talking about the aftermath of this rainfall. This is another thing, Django, because I didn't hear anything. Did NADMA put out any word before this? Was it a tropical storm? Was it well, definitely not a tropical storm. Was it a tropical depression? Did you hear anything?
No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything. And when you called me, I said to myself, I have a level of confidence in the lead at NADMA. I believe Mr. Walters is fully competent. So I want to assume that something was said. Something was said. I don't believe the team would just sit idly by and have this major freak storm basically and not have a clue.
Right.
Not have a clue. I believe something was said, but I wasn't on social media for it. Like I said earlier, I was out. I went up to Portugal. I was on the road for the entire day.
Right.
Yeah, so I didn't really pay attention to social media for the day. But I have confidence in Mr. Walters, and I'm certain something was said.
Right. Django, are you able to see the video that I'm playing back
Yeah, I'm
now?
seeing under the tunnel. Yeah.
Okay, see that video. That's under the tunnel. So that's under the tunnel earlier. The video is not very clear, but that's under the tunnel. And the tunnel was flooded, but at the time that I passed it wasn't that bad. People could at least get across. And the water was more, it was more higher up, like as you was exiting the tunnel. It was a lot of water, but it was passable, it was drivable, it wasn't stopping traffic or anything like that. But were you surprised of the slides in the Grenville area?
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say surprise, because it's something that normally would happen in the Mount Carmel Hope area. Because remember how our terrain is, we had to basically cut to get roads, and then we have the banks and so forth. And with no retainer walls and everything happening and trees, people cutting yard and everything, we're keeping the place clean and we removing the trees and the foliage around the area. It is something that would happen from time to time, but the volume, the quantity, the frequency, I find it was different. It reminded me of after Hurricane Ivan. A lot of slides, a lot of trees, a lot of things all over the place, man. But what surprised me too is the response. Because immediately after whilst the rain was falling, you would notice that there were tractors and excavators and cleanup crew and everything on the road already in anticipation of this event. So that way it was easier for us to get through the traffic, even though it took you about 4 hours. But when you came through St. David's, you could actually drive through and through from St. David's without a problem, not knowing you might just see some mud there, not knowing that what we endured earlier today was actually what happened. So big up the cleanup crew and them, and big up the tractor men, the excavator workers, the truck men, big them up big time.
Right. Again, let me say this. He said that he didn't hear, but that doesn't mean that NADMA did not present it, because Akeem is saying that the Met Office was one in the nation about this system, including this morning on GBN, where Innocent in the early morning program mentioned it, and I'm sure that they did, but we're just saying that we didn't. I particularly didn't hear it as well.
I didn't.
That's neither here nor there. They did mention. Joining us right now is Mr. Sampson Dwight. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, Junior. Good night, good night, good night, good night, everybody. Hey, what going on, my brother there? Hey, Jan, how you doing?
I'm
I'm
good,
good,
sir. How
man.
you? How you been? How the weather treat you today?
Well, I live in St. David's. I live in Westerhall, so I was temporarily blocked out
Oh,
for
really?
a couple of, but I was able to get home, so that's important.
How bad was it in St. David?
Well, I had to go through Pedmota to get down to Westerhall. When I got into Pedmota, just below John Dick Hill, there was a slide that came across the road. And so the road was impassable to vehicular traffic. So I had to drop from the vehicle that I was in and try to walk towards Redgate, and then try to walk from Redgate onto Wester Hall. It just happened that the driver was able, because of a slide in Windsor Forest, had to convert and come through Laura and back onto that road, Beaton Main Road. But we were then blocked with traffic as a result of blockage in La Pastora area. So the vehicular traffic was way back up into Pedmota, not Pedmota, but into Laura Beaton area. And as I commute home, it was all the way back down to Wester Hall Rum factory area, as far back as a matter of fact onto Calavini area. The traffic was backed up. So it was a really it was a really tense situation. As I was walking, I had to explain to several vehicles. I said, Lord, I do PR at day and PR in the night. I had to explain to several vehicles what was happening because, of course, people wanted to know what was going on and why the traffic was held up. And I could imagine for other areas. I've seen some pictures and some videos and so on. So I knew that the situation is bad. But it's not a situation that we are new to. I think we have experienced rainfalls, down pros that have caused this sort of action across the nation, slides and so on and so forth. This rain that we have got yesterday and today comes in immediate after we had some showers late last week into the weekend. So of course the earth is saturated, so we do expect that at some point the soil is going to give way. There will be slides, tree would fall, and so on and so forth. So I don't think it's anything to be alarmed about. I just think that we just need to be more vigilant and more prepared, and do what's necessary. I mean, we are resilient people. Let's just continue in our resilience.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the surprising thing a lot of people saw today, and Dwight, I don't know if you know about this. Of course, probably you do. This is the Molyneux, right? This is the Molyneux project that was closed for how many years now, undergoing construction. But they announced today that it was temporarily open for about 24 hours. So that's traffic making their way to and fro from on that side right there, on Molyneux. And as a few friends that I spoke to there, they felt it was sturdy, it was good, it was a nice to see that road is back and operational. Not officially open, but they had opened it today because they said that with the influx, the traffic and the congestion, they wanted to do that. So Molyneux is open for at least another 24 hours or so by tomorrow, temporarily to get folks over on that side right there.
Yeah.
Dwight, what about the slide in St. David? Did you see any blockage? Is it passable from Grenville if you want to get from Grenville to St. George's? Could you pass through St. David?
Well, I spoke with some folks and they did indicate that the traffic has now moved. So there's no blockage as far as I'm aware. By information about it's now at 7:30, about an hour ago. On my sojourn from Redgate walking, I did pass a truck carrying heavy equipment going in that direction. I was informed by another senior ranking police officer who was also in the traffic that a tractor had already gone down. Prelude to that, and if you know that area, I think they call that place the Canal. Just around that area, there's a bridge there, and that bridge is very low. I think that's where the blockage was, and that's what caused the traffic. I'm not sure about the slide in Pedmota, just below, just in the vicinity of the John Dick Hill area, that I passed earlier. I have a picture on my phone of it, but a tree slid on the road and basically blocked the road. So it was not accessible via vehicular traffic. It was totally blocked up, which led to congestion going towards Vincent's Windsor Forest area. But I was also reliably informed that there was a slide somewhere in Windsor Forest that was also blocking vehicular traffic. So the transportation that I was in had to reroute and come through Laurelland, and come back onto that road, Beaton Main Road, onto Redgate, which we caught the traffic there. I mean, persons would have passed me as I was walking down to Laura Beach and met them in the traffic, literally. So it was this was about after 5 thereabout. Yeah, after 4 minutes to 5. But I understand now that the traffic flow going up the eastern corridor of the country has since begun to move.
Right. And here's one concern, Ian. I'm not sure if you know about it. What happens now with all the school kids that's parked up and at the terminus right now, waiting for bus to go home? How would they get home? Because there are very few buses. I just passed there. It looks like a Friday evening in St. George's right now. What happened to the school kids?
Well, the truth about it, since early in the day today, my mind, when I saw what was happening, my mind ran to that, because knowing what we have and knowing what we're dealing with, I knew for a fact some of the busmen would have pulled the services and spent time home.
Right.
So I believe what will happen, assuming here, I believe the acting minister, I believe, will contact a couple of the coaster owners and dispatch these people to the terminal and have the kids home safe and sound and ready for tomorrow again. Yeah, I believe that is what is going to happen, because I know the gentleman is highly responsive and could think on his feet. Yeah, so I want to give him some credit. I know for a fact that he would, once the information reaches his desk or his ears, he would respond accordingly, and I'm certain the coaster owners will be contacted to get all the kids out of St. George and into their homes as safe as possible.
Yeah, then that's a concern that I have as a parent and as a citizen and resident of Grenada. I believe that we need to create that linkage, because once it is, and I mean that the meteorology office at Pointe Saline can only predict based on the information that comes into them. But I believe that once we notice a pattern of weather that happens over a period of time, I think that we need to begin to aggressively move that towards suspending school at an earliest convenient time. Because what you have happening, and what I've seen happen today, is that schools began to close around 1. That's for principals who were, cognizant of the challenges that we have with our national transportation system. So I, from work and my office, I hear parents saying, the schools are saying, come pick up your children, and that's after 12:1 thereabout. But what you find happening is that at the very same time school is closing, a lot of workers, especially in the public service, 2:00 thereabout, is leaving to find their way home. So you have children mixing with adults trying to get home. And oftentimes, and I've seen happen on a very normal day, children trying to get onto the bus, and in some cases, bus conductors are saying, no, wait. And then they fill the bus with the adults and they squeeze them in, either in the back seat, or they squeeze them in on the side seat, or they squeeze them in below their arm where they sit. And then you have in situations where we have to rush to get a bus. And the adults, of course, are taller, have more body mass, and so they push these little children out of the way to get onto the bus with no care. that, of course, these children should be given priority in getting home. So I think we need to create that linkage so that the meteorology office can send a report straight to the Ministry of Education and say, listen, from what we have seen and observing now, I would recommend immediate evac of all schools, especially in this particular area or nationally, so that we can curb this prevalence of having children meeting with adults, especially on a bus terminus, on bus stops and along the streets of St. George's when we have incidents like this. Because almost, I mean, you have to basically play around the country to get home. In some instances, you have to go all kind of by road and all kinds of side road to get home. And now we're asking children to be a part of that. You know, you're putting them sit down in buses, and as I previously alluded to, a lot of these, and this is something that we urgently need to look at, a lot of these bus conductors are putting these children in very uncomfortable positions, right? In these uncomfortable positions for however long while we're playing, or in some instances, like we had in the St. David's area, traffic backed up for 2-3 hours, and these poor children are sitting in these uncomfortable locations. I think that the meteorology office maybe communicate with the communications officer at the ministry, or maybe the permanent secretary directly, or the chief, Mr. Dominic Jeremiah, or somebody in the ministry, and say, listen, based on the knowledge that we have, I think that we need to evac schools immediately so that we can get these children out before the adults start swarming for the public transportation as well.
Yeah. So what has been done in the past? Is it every time that we have this situation, this weather situation, there's a struggle to get bus? Is there any kind of redundancy? Like if this fails, then that? Are we aware of anything, any kind of redundant system, especially for the school kids? Because think about parents who expect their kids home and they can't get to them, and the parts of St. George's don't have no current. Current went earlier today. So that must be scary. Are there any redundancy system in transportation? And I mean, I know the answer, but I think that's something that should be seriously looked at. What's your thoughts, Django? Okay.
You.
Hold on, Django. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I was muted.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of an effective public transport system. Personally, that's my personal view. The transportation system of any country should not be relied on the private sector. It can't make no sense.
Yes.
It can't make no sense.
You can't.
Because you see what is happening.
Yeah, go ahead.
You wouldn't get an effective service. What you would notice happening here on the roads in Grenada here is basically dog eat dog. Because as Dwight was saying, kids are left back on the terminal because they're paying half the price for the same seat as an adult. So there's no necessity or no need to want children to ride on their buses. So we must, as a state, provide proper accommodations for our less fortunate. When I say less fortunate, our weaker ones, which is our children and our elderly. The average able-bodied person or individuals, if they so choose to ride on the private transport system, is up to them. But the state should provide that accommodation for the weaker ones among us, so the kids could get to school on time and get home on time. And it's not a race to make an extra $2 at the end of the day. And then you're risking the lives with the way you drive, how you have them sitting, what takes place in the back of the terminal with bus conductors, and all these things. You eliminate that once you have a functioning and effective public transport system. And it's done throughout the region. I think I was in Barbados just last week.
Yeah.
Just last week, and the public transport system, it leaves on time. You can get a bus any time of the day, any time of the night to go anywhere in Barbados, and the rate is, I think it's $3 billion. Why can't we replicate something that is similar to that? Make sure that everybody that wants to go somewhere could go somewhere. No, you have what? The time is minutes almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You have kids that left their parents' house this morning, 7 o'clock, from St. Patrick and St. Andrew, come to probably PBC, and they have no clue how they get, because the parents doesn't have the means. They rely on the busman to get them home. The busman pull out. This kid then had no phone to call nobody. He's stuck in town. There's no electricity, so he can't ask somebody for a phone call. He can't even buy a ride. So we must have an effective public transport system, and it has to be implemented sooner rather than later, because this could happen next week again. We live in the tropics. This is something that is could be a part of our normal going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think addition to what Django was saying about an effective public transportation system, I think it's high time that we implement a school bus system in Grenada. I think it's beyond. It's an absolute necessity. The problem really and truly, and if we want to look at suggestions, St. Andrews does not have enough schools for all the children in St. Andrews. Let's face the fact. St. George's does not have enough schools for all the children in St. George's. And so we have a situation where children have to leave, especially in the rural community, rural parishes, and come to St. George's for school. As well as you have children in St. George's that goes out to the rural parishes for school. And you're talking about having to pay, I guess, probably up to $15 in bus fare every single day. To me, that's ridiculous. I think it's high time that we seriously begin to look at a school bus system, and I think that will curb the problem that we have in problem today, but the problem where our children, for the parents of our nations who cannot afford vehicles, and God knows we can afford more vehicles on the road, but for parents who cannot afford transportation like Django and them, they could ensure that their children are taken to school safely and are brought back home safely, and not just safely, but comfortable as well. And also, it instilled discipline in our children. I had a workshop last week, and the workshop was starting just after 8 o'clock in the morning. So there was no rush for me to leave home for work at 8 o'clock. And I was surprised. I'm going down on the bus just after 8 o'clock, and they were chilling on the bus, going to school. And they looked normal. They look okay. Well, I'm not flustered because I'm late. I'm not concerned that I'm late. They just look normal. I remember when, as a boy of presentation in college, if 801 take me any way but in the gate, I am flustered because I know that's detention. That's an hour to clean in the classroom or something. But the reality is it instilled discipline within me to know that I had to wake up early, I had to do my chores, and I had to get myself to school for 8 o'clock. And so I think we need to seriously begin to have that conversation, not just about public transportation system. And let me just hasten to make this point as well. It's not just children that are treated that way in terms of being a passenger on a bus, but I'm very concerned about our elderly as well.
Yes.
You're putting our elderly in buses, and there are people that are coming into these buses, and of course hygiene is a issue, and of course some senior citizens, they can't smell certain things, and so it's very uncomfortable. They sit in seats, and the young man comes in, and he want to open his leg wider than his intellect, and rocking so because he music in ears and all kinds of things, and all elderly citizens are not being given the respect, really and truly. I remember as a little boy growing up, I grew up in St. David's and the south of the island, and if I pass anybody, Junior, if I pass you on the road and I don't tell you hello, and you call my grandmother and tell her, Dwight pass, and you don't say, listen, the cocktail I will get. And I see young people walking past senior citizens these days and not even saying good morning. I'm concerned. So I'm saying that we need to seriously begin to look at a school bus system, because that will curb the problem. And that, in a situation like what we had today, would ensure that our children get home before the disaster happens. As well as we need to seriously have that conversation, as Ian was saying, about seriously implementing a public bus system in Grenada. I think that too would not just only help in terms of getting people to and fro, but that's that situation we have on the road with vehicles. Because I can have a vehicle and still use the bus. It's more efficient. I don't have to worry about parking no way. I'm sure when I leave work at 4 o'clock, I'll get a bus at 4:15 that takes me right to my dome. Vehicle back up in the yard. I'm saving gas and I'm paying $3. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want us to touch on, we were speaking about this earlier, right? About a River Road project there, right? and assessing the problem, because clearly the wall that was built hasn't worked and didn't work, and I don't think that it would ever work. How about having a proper assessment of the problem there on River Road? Because we see this from time to time. Every time it's the same thing and like it getting worse. How about having a proper assessment to figure out what needs to be done to avoid this from happening again when rain start to fall in River Road? In particular, what's your thoughts on that? Just assessing the thing better.
Go, Dwight. I deal with that
Yeah,
already.
Dwight.
You
Yeah,
go on,
Dwight. You
You
did
go
that
on,
already.
Dwight.
What's your
Oh,
thoughts
me.
on this? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I was waiting for Django to go. No, I wanted to stay neutral of the politics, to be honest, but I'll say this. We have a situation in Grenada where under the previous administration, and and this is it's not a political gimmick or political thing, but a lot of projects were done in Grenada without the proper is across the continent and so on and so forth. They haven't been done. They're usually done to say we do something within our electoral cycle, and not so much as to curb the problem or to put an end to a problem. And I believe that probably was the situation in River Road. In that, I believe that no proper assessment was done to see feasibly how we can curb the problem. We have a culture in the Eastern Caribbean of doing projects without even consultation with the people directly affected, consultation with NGOs and other stakeholders. We have a serious issue with that. And we build things, and then the weather comes and give it the trial run and realize, well, we make a whole boo and we spend millions of dollars and it didn't work. And that's exactly what is happening in River Road. I believe that no proper assessment was done to figure out if what it had been done was the best solution to the problem, or if it was just spinning top in mud. Because what I've seen today and from the videos I've seen is no different to what I've seen last year, the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that. It's no different. And it's a reoccurring problem. And I believe that is the reason why this administration, the present administration, has stopped the project, because basically the project was just spinning top in mud. And we saw the same thing happen in the Molyneux, the road that now, thank God that the NDC had the foresight to continue the project properly and done it correctly, because then we have a situation where nobody will be able to get up to the western corridor of the country. You understand? And this is the kind of slackness and madness that was going on under the previous administration. How could you want to build a road just to build a road, and you haven't even purchased the lands adjacent, you haven't even consulted with the landowners, you haven't done none of those things? Like, it just tell you about the Harvard way of doing things, and without proper procedures and standards and so on and so forth. And then when things turn around now and it begin to get bad, it always often happens, and then you turn around and say, oh, well, it's a force of nature. When you're in power and when you're not in power, the present government, they stop the project and they do this and do that and do the other. But as far as I'm aware, a significant portion of that project was completed. So we should not have seen what we have seen today happening. Maybe we have gotten some floods, maybe, but to the extent of what happened today, and to me today looked like it was worse than years before. The force of water, I've seen moving vehicles and flooding gone this high and so on and so forth. It really begs the question, had we made all the checks and balances to ensure that the project was fit for purpose, and that it was do that which we intended of it to be done to do.
Yeah, yeah. So we're looking here again, guys, we're speaking here about the River Road and the major flooding that occurred in Grenada today. We're still asking for folks who are in St. Andrew, St. David, St. Mark, because there's an area in St. Mark which I think is always prone for landslide. And that area, you always find debris in the road. I want to know how that area looking. the Palmis area. I want to know how up north, St. Patrick, how St. Patrick fare, because people are going to be transversing or probably making their way there through there, and they might find out that they have to turn back, right, and go back the other direction. I could only imagine how Granitang is. I don't know. I can't imagine how Granitang is. So if anybody have any information to put out there, please give us that information. You could call us live on air 718-701-5720. Earlier today, Django sent me a picture of this is a picture of the bus terminal earlier. And as you could see, people, school children, they're there. And that was like about, probably that was like about 4:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere in that range there, it looked like. And they are waiting for buses. And buses, I passed there half an hour ago and it looked the same. There was still a lot of people out there trying to get buses. So guys, give us a call if you are seeing what we're seeing, or if you want to report something. There are people that might be in situations. You might know of a slide, someone who need help immediately. Please reach out to us or reach out to the authorities and let them come in and help. Django, you said where you were seeing immediate action, especially with the flooding. Tell us again what kind of response you're seeing from the people who need to be there. What kind of response are they doing in aftermath
Yeah,
of this?
the cleanup crew has been on for throughout St. David, from the first blockage that we had, where we had the traffic pileup. I was able to pass on another road, and you would see the tractors clearing the road. And when I got to La Pastora, I met some of the workers that initiated the response, and they said to me that they had to activate as soon as they got the call. So throughout St. David, as they realized that this is a situation, they were dispatched. The tractors and the excavators and the trucks and everything was dispatched. So that was one of the reasons why the traffic was held up. But we at the back of the traffic wasn't aware. So you thought it was something major that was happening, but the road crews were actually on the road cleaning it up, so we could have traveled through. And I must commend the team, the people from St. David's. I'm not too sure which office they came from, but their response was timely. It reminded me of years ago when I was in Canada. I remember I went to a Caribana for the first, probably the second time, Caribana. And little boy, you in the van, and when you look back, you see the street clean behind you and trying to figure out, well, how the hell that happening? Just that I set that thing in the road and everything, and when you turn back, the streets are clean. And that is exactly what is happening in St. David's presently. So as the rain and the bamboo and all the silt and everything is in the road, you see the excavators come, they get them up, they put them in the truck, they go and they dump it. So the traffic now, you could pass from Grenville to St. George's via St. David's in the normal 1 hour time, or 45 minutes time. But don't worry, the road, there's still a little bit of silt on the road. Take your time, we need a good shower again, not as bad as today, to kind of wash it out to make sure that the road is clean again. But I must commend the team, the St. David's team, that is Kemlin and they call him Ben and them. These guys are working beyond the call of duty, man.
Yeah. And Dwight, have you heard of any obstruction, whether on that side or the other side coming from St. Andrew? I think you. Hold on, I'll mute you. Go ahead, Dwight. Sorry. Nah, Dwight, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. I think you're muted now. Try again. You unmuted on my end. Let me see. Right. Try again, Dwight. All right, Dwight, go back out and come back in because for some reason we're not hearing you. All right. Again, guys, we are chatting here live. We have Django and Dwight, and we're talking about this massive flooding situation. And if there's anyone that on the live that know of any emergency situation where we have someone might be trapped, please give us a call. If you're unable to reach the authorities, we might be able to reach them quicker for you as well. So give us a call if you know of any situation that someone needs immediate attention. We saw a lot of spark and high tension wire touching, and that caused, outages throughout, right? We want to also urge that if you see low-lying lines or lines on the road, listen, stay far away from it. Don't step in the water if you see any lines on the ground. This is dangerous, right? And most time in the aftermath that's where people die, literally, right? It's a conductor, the water would conduct electricity, and you will get shocked, you will die. Simple
Yeah.
as that. Dwight, you back?
Yes, I
Right,
am.
we're hearing you good now. We're hearing you good now. Have you heard of any obstruction, any part that we should tell our viewers about?
Not at present, but I did hear you mention something about granite tang. Earlier today, I was in conversation with a colleague who traversed that road, and they said that it's not that bad. So I'm not sure if anything developed within that time frame, which was an hour and a half. But I was told that granite tang is so far so good. I think the traffic congestion was on the lane going down into Maras Hill, I believe, because at the bottom of Maras Hill by the Grenada Bottling Company, I think that river there had overgone its bank. So that led to a traffic congestion, white gun on the lane, some parts of Maras Hill. But I'm not sure if that has subsided during the time.
Right.
But so far, Granitang, it's roads leading towards Granitang will had some kind of traffic congestion because all the way down to the Decor area, those areas, noticed that there was a lot of traffic congestion in that area earlier as well. I've seen videos and so on and so forth. But generally, I think, as Ian was saying, the crews were out clearing the areas and making sure that the traffic were able to flow smoothly and
Yeah.
persons were able to
Hold,
get.
hold, right, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Sorry to cut you. We just made a connect with acting prime minister. Sorry to put you on the spot like this. You're live and right along. Are we looking at all that's happening right now? Honorable Andy Williams, you live and right along. Are you able to talk with us for 2 minutes?
Yes, no problem. No problem.
All right. Tell us what you're seeing out there, and tell us about the cleanup efforts. How is it going?
Right. Well, first of all, we saw today, some extreme rainfall today. That really caught everyone. Um, the devastation. I mean, at Juvarong, and I saw like the slides, and so it was just a lot. So immediately, what we did is that we called some of our first responders, and some have already started to clear up some of the slides. In addition to that, tomorrow we will be coming out in full force tomorrow. And we are going to act on a report that we had done by the Ministry of Infrastructure, who got all the data on the various slides, and we are still getting more data on slide. So the idea is to treat with that.
Heavy mid.
We have our guys with the backhoe truckmen ready to go, and we will be trying to clear it up as soon as possible so that we can come back to a state of normalcy. So that's the idea.
Right, good. We saw earlier, we were speaking about the situation at the bus terminal where earlier we saw a lot of school kids standing there unable to get on the buses. What's the situation right now at the terminal?
Right. So I reached out to the National Bus Association, and I want to give special thanks to Gat and Derek, or Dexter, I think, right? And what they did, they mobilized the buses, and I could tell you, Junior, I just came up from the bus terminal, and it is clean. There are just about 2 bus loads of people there, and we have buses there to take people home right now. So as it is, the situation is under control, and the bus terminal now is clear, and there's hardly anybody on the bus terminal. So again, I want to say thanks to the National Bus Association for really answering the call in a time of need and to ensure that our people and our citizens are home safely.
Yes, yeah, that was quick. That was
Yes.
quick.
Yes.
That was in fact because I just passed there a little bit ago, and the amount of people I saw standing there, I was like that. I was
Yeah.
thinking about turning on the tuk tuks and go and drop people home.
Right. See, because and mind you, I was outside and I saw the same crowd of people, even by the part where we call Keep Left, and even by the bus terminal. So what we did not wait until people was stranded to try to respond. We did the proactive thing by touching base with the National Bus Association in a timely manner, so that so people would not have to be outside that so late, basically. So, and Junior, they responded, and we have to give the National Bus Association credit for that. I mean, really, really commendable.
Yeah, so we see that picture right there on the screen. You made a post earlier, 4 minutes ago. Special thanks to the
Right.
National Bus Association for answering the call at this time of need. And the bus terminal is clear. There's
It's clear.
very few people there. And
Right.
that
And
is good news.
so we're asking people to be careful on the road, because in my going out, I saw a lot of accidents, I guess, where people would have lost control because of the weather. So I'm asking people to really take the time and be careful. Also, Junior, anyone that can assist with the cleanup in their area, it is always welcome. In a time like this, we need all hands on deck. And we're asking everyone to really, show their support by assisting wherever possible. Okay? So we are in touch. The RGPF is their part in terms of rerouting traffic where possible. Today, we opened the Molyneux Road because we saw the Monkuma Road had a lot of slides. I'm saying to be careful if you are passing on the Monkuma Road. There's a lot of slides there, which we will tackle tomorrow. So we had to work on open the Molyneux Road. We going to open it for 24 hours in the first instance. And while we try to clear up some of the slides, if the slides are still there by tomorrow, we are going to keep it open until, let's say, Friday, just to ensure that that the traffic is flowing in a steady manner.
Yes. We're watching right now the Monkuma Road. Not the Monkuma, that's the Molyneux Road. I'm watching the video on screen right now where traffic are going back and front, and it looks pretty good. I might have to make that way there. What's the situation going towards St. John's and St. John's, St. Mark, and St. Patrick along that end?
So let me just make one before I go on to that. The Molyneux Road, we are looking to pave the road. And I'm talking about
Hold on. Your connection kind of breaking up a bit. Probably it's on my end. Are you there? Are you there, Honorable Williams?
Yes, me?
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, the connection was breaking up. Could you repeat?
Okay. So are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
All right. So basically, I was saying that with the Molyneux Road, we were supposed to pave that road on Friday.
Right.
Friday coming. And everything was prepared to facilitate that paving on Friday. Now, it means that, because we open it today to facilitate the traffic, that, paving will not be done on Friday. It may delay us, maybe a few weeks, Right, I'm going forward. And we understand why. But we had to do it in order to facilitate the traffic today. In terms of the St. John's and the Western area, we have some slides being reported. And on my way to Molyneux today, I could tell you that Mongi, we passed through Monkuma, so Monkuma side, there are some parts in Cherrill that have slides also. We have reports of slides on the western side, and also on the eastern side in St. David's. We have a lot of slides in St. David's too. We have some reports of slides in Lassages, some parts of the road that was damaged. That was reported also. So tomorrow is the day when we will be out to assess damages, and while we are in the process of assessing, we will be trying to do our best to clear up all these slides and so that we could come back into a state of normalcy.
Yes. We saw that the Prime Minister is out of state. You're the acting Prime Minister. Have you spoken to the Prime Minister and give him an update?
Yes. I spoke to the Prime Minister, and he knows exactly what's going on. And we have a good relationship. So I keep him informed all the time, and we have a good rapport, so we liaise on mostly everything.
Right. What about the people in Grenville? We saw someone just sent me a note there from Grenville, and they're saying that people in Grenville terminal cannot get home also. What's the situation in
Right.
Grenville?
So that we are assessing at the moment. So we just took care of St. George's, and we are assessing Grenville at the moment. So I'm waiting on a report for Grenville so that we can put something in place to get people home again if that's the case. So we are on it, and we will be trying our best again to normalize this situation. So we are on the Grenville situation too.
Right. I guess it's no sleep tonight and tomorrow, staying on top of all of that's happening. If anything, we're going to get an update for you, or you could just forward any information that you need the general public to know. And we even urging anyone, if you are in a state of emergency, if you're in a situation that you need help immediately, please reach out to law enforcement. Please reach out to someone. Please, if you want to call us, we'll help you connect with law enforcement. But connect with law enforcement first. Try to connect with them first. And if all else fails, you could try to reach out with us. And we're going to be up all night trying to help people that put out the call. But thank you so much, Honorable Andy Williams, the acting Prime Minister as well. While the Prime Minister is out of state, you're doing a great job. Feel free to forward any information to us and we'll syndicate it out on our platform.
Okay, so thank you, Junior, and thank you for reaching out.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, so that was the acting Prime Minister right now, Honorable Andy Williams. It seems, I'm happy that the kids and everyone were able to get home from St. George, and they are now heading home safely. Hopefully the drivers and them will drive safe on the road, please. No speeding because the road is slippery. Now dealing with the situation in Grenville. We hope that situation gets resolved very, very soon. Guys, what's your take on what so far? Dwight, you want to take a stab at it?
Yeah, I'm always impressed with acting Prime Minister Williams and his his ability to mobilize and get things going quickly. And I say that to say that this situation could have been far worse in terms of parents. You have a situation where parents are stressed out, frustrated, wondering where the children are. As Django was saying, it's getting later. They can't see them. Buses are trying to get as much adults in and not the children, and so on and so forth. So I'm happy to see that the terminus is cleared. Looking forward to Grenville being cleared. I know it will be. And I'm happy to know that the response of our heavy equipment operators and so on, and getting the equipments out there and getting the roads and so clear, so that people can get home in a decent time, and be able to be with their family in this difficult time. I want us, however, to take notes, and to strengthen the areas of weaknesses going forward. So I'm calling on acting Prime Minister Williams and to use the powers of the cabinet and to use the powers of the Parliament to make whatever necessary arrangements that needs to be made, so that we do not continue to repeat the same problems that we have repeated problems for the last 20 odd years. I think that when these things happen, it's a moment of reflection for us as a national community, and to come out from it to do an evaluation and strengthen the weak areas and so on. Because it's quite frustrating. When I left my office this afternoon, I was wondering how I will get home, because all I was getting was reports. People were messaging and calling to say, your area flood, how you going home? You might have called Dowden helicopter to get home and so on and so forth. And I even had to make a little post and say to the Honorable Pierre, we can't come up on the helicopter now, because we need that, But I want us to evaluate the weaknesses and make them into strengths. Because we have this thing happening every single year. If it's not September, it's November. If it's not November, it's October. This time of the year, we tend to get wetter than drier periods. And so we want to make sure that going forward, that every area from the bus system to accessibility via the road, the strength of the Royal Grenada Police Force, every particular area, let's do a postmortem. Let's come up with the strength. Let's strengthen the weaknesses. And so that next year, when these things happen, will be better. Just like we dealt with Hurricane Ivan, and in a matter of weeks at post burial, schools were open, the economy was up again. That shows our strength and resilience. So let's continue to be strong and resilient as a people.
Absolutely, yeah. And the acting prime minister is getting a lot of kudos for mobilizing the efforts, getting people home. Someone on YouTube just said that Honorable Andy Williams is the real one. Let's go Greens. It's a situation that he stepped up to the plate and he did it. Final closing words, guys. We are over time. Django, let's start with you.
Yes, let us look for the opportunity that presented itself over the past couple of days. We witnessed in Grenville in particular, St. Andrews in particular, there was no water in our pipelines for the last 3 to 4 days. So now what we have to do, as a person that wants to throw out a suggestion, let us build like the people in Carriacou. Yes, let us use that as an opportunity so we would not be disenfranchised in the future when there's a situation like this. So let us invest in water tanks. Let us invest in storage of water. Because it's a major inconvenience when you 2 showers of rainfall and you can't flush your toilet.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? 2 showers of rainfall and you have to go in a river and bathe, and the water in the river more brown than cocoa tea. Mm-hmm. So let us use that. Let us take this, because it's something that is going to be recurring as we have entered into this climate change situation. Let us build smarter. Let us prepare for any eventuality that may present itself. And let us use the environment as our home. Because the rainfall is not necessarily a bad thing, but we just need to harness whatever it is we get from that rainfall,
right,
to use in our lives and make our lives easier and better, make it a little bit more convenient for us. Let us not enter and indulge into inconveniences again. And every time rainfall, we have the same complaints about Nawasa, we bashing them and Grenada, you know what I mean? Let us use that. And that could be an initiative led by the government of Grenada, because people would like to be led. We elect people to guide us in decision making, in a sense. So it should be a policy that should encourage people to build climate smart houses. Catch the rainwater, use it for wetting your garden, washing your cars, flushing your toilet, washing your wares if possible. And then you probably consume the Nawasa water if you want to drink something, if you want to make tea and these things. So let us see that as an opportunity for us to build smarter and catch some rainwater.
Yeah. We'll only get worse, I think, after here. Dwight, what you got to say? Closing up.
Yes. So my closing remark, I really just wanted to say to our Grenadian community, we are strong, determined, courageous, bold people. And in the face of that, we live for the sake of each other as Grenadians. And I want to see more of that become evident when things like this happen. So if you're going up in Shantimel and you're passing on the terminal and you see somebody from Shantimel, even if all they don't talk, say, come, let me go home. Because there's one less person that's dependent on the national transportation system that we have in place now. You see a child on the road and the rain is falling, pick them up and give them a ride. Busmen and so on, help. I think it's important that we help and we continue to cultivate that spirit of helping each other, especially in this difficult time. And more so, persons may have some situation at their house, maybe got flooded out, maybe a landslide happened close to the house that seriously damaged the structural integrity of the house. Let's come together as a community and a village. I know our acting prime minister is big on this. Let's come together as a village and a community and embody that true Grenadian spirit. Let's help each other, and let's put aside the pettiness and the bacchanal and even the political corridors that we seem to find ourselves on a lot. Let's put aside all of that and let's help each other, because there are people that have to come back from this. As small as you may think it is, there are people that have to come back. People, house were flooded out, they lost shoes and clothes and so on and so forth. Let's help. And I want to say, finally, if you have experienced any sort of damage in your house, you find the structural integrity of your house, you're concerned about it, you're not sure about it, reach out for help. Call the nearest police station, call your parliamentary member of parliament office, get some help. Let people come out and people who have the knowledge and the expertise, let them come out. Don't stay in the house and say, oh, my house strong, God give me this house, or whatever the case may be. Yes, God gave you the house, but it's also good to use wisdom. So if you find that there's a slide close to you, evacuate. If you find that the water is running under your house, evacuate. Let us be safe. We are expecting more rain, so let us be safe. Let's be cautious on the road as you drive home. Take your time. I know you want to get home. Some of us hungry, we're frustrated. We left our house since Oyoho this morning, but let's take our time. Let's be considerate to others on the road. And let us, and I'm calling on the Christian community, let's pray. Let's pray. Let's really pray for each other. Let's pray for families affected. Let's put together some hampers, whatever it is that we have to do. As small as this is, it is practice. You never know what could happen tomorrow. Let us do what we can today to help people. Amen.
That's good. That's good. Well, we already mobilized the tucks. I was just told that that the tuk-tuks are on the road and dropping shot drops, doing some free shot drops with the tuk-tuks all over Grenada. So we out in our numbers, guys. So if you see them, just flag them down. They're gonna take you home. All right. The tuk-tuks to the rescue.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll keep in touch. Again, guys, if you see those tuk-tuks on the road, just flag them down. They'll give you some shot drops in the St. George's area. Right, you ought to pay nothing. Just they give you a nice ride. 4 or 5 people. I think we have 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them outside. All right. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our program today, guys. We'll be right back.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
It's time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Yeah, guys. I just got a text from one of our riders who just got on one of the tuk-tuks. They say they're riding there and they're appreciate the ride, okay? So guys, it's free for the night. We'll have you all over the south. So if you see it, just flag down one and let it take you where you need to go, all right? Let it take you where you need to go. We'll be up probably up until 12 midnight until we could help out a few people, all right? Speaking about the Tuk Tuk, guys, our first official tour is tomorrow. All right, first official tour is tomorrow, and we are inviting folks to take a little tour and enjoy the place where you live. Now, people spend so much money to come to your country, Grenada, the beautiful place, to enjoy the history, the beauty of the island, and you live here and you don't take advantage of that. So we're inviting everyone, since today being our inaugural tour. We have a busy season, working with the cruise ships, working with the hotels. But this is not only for tourists. This is for you. This is for everyone. So we have rides every single week. Get a family and friend. If you have someone that's having a birthday party, you could celebrate with us. We provide the drinks, we provide the rum punch, we provide everything that you need. The champagne, we got you, all right? So celebrate your birthday with us, and we take care of the transportation. We also launching our bar hopping deal. Yeah, our bar hopping deal. So you want to go out, nightlife, you want to drink, you want to have fun, leave the driving to us. Park your car, get your crew, call us, and we'll take you bar hopping, all right? So for more information on that, you can go to ride.gd. That's ride.gd. And that's how you connect with us. You could book all the information. All the information is provided there at ride.gd, or you can call 422-1011. That's 422-1011. 422-1011.
Ride along life worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people, we shine. Giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
Looking for a hassle-free way to rent a car in Grenada? Welcome to Ride Car Rental, offering efficient, time-saving service with affordable rates and 100% paperless rentals. Whether you're visiting or need a quick ride, we've got you covered. Call now at 473-422-1011 and get behind the wheel today. Ride Car Rental, where convenience meets the road.
Call Instaprint Grenada today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Yeah, guys, so listen, if you have a business, it's coming around Christmas season, right? And we have a special for micro business, small businesses. You want to get the word out, you want to advertise, contact Ride Along Live. We have a special. Now, this is a special. 120 EC, right? You have to be a micro business, have to be a small business. 120 EC dollars to advertise for an entire week. I mean, listen to me. This is a steal of a deal. Ride Along Live reaching over 10 million people worldwide, but for now, you want to sell for the Christmas season, you have a product, you have a service, you want to reach out, you want to canvas Grenada, you want everybody to know about your product or service, give us a call and we'll hook you up for a special rate for this next 2 weeks to promote your Christmas promotion. Give us a call. You have to be a micro business. I don't want them big businesses on operation and thing, or they calling me on one discount. That's for the small businesses, right? So we post, we share, and we talk about you on the live so you could get more business at the end of the day. Number to call 473-422-1011. Or you could also find us on WhatsApp with that same number, all right? Ride Along Live.
It's time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Okay, once again, thank you for watching. On behalf of all our production crew here at Ride Along Live, our senior executive producer, Lois JJ, big up yourself, big up your status. Gail, Kibbs, how you guys doing? Thank you so much for watching. Join me again tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, today, officially launch the ride.gd, an opportunity to book. We have the e-bike, we have the tuk-tuks, and it's real fun. Rent an e-bike, get on the tour, and this Sunday we have Ride Sundays with our e-bike. So do something, man. Get out of the house, burn some calories, enjoy the beautiful Spice Isle. Good night.
Live, if you please, bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright, tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight, every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas, love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live, if you please, bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Ride along live, worldwide. Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people we shine, giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright, tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight, every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas, love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live, if you please, bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright, tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight, every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas, love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live, if you please, bringing hope with such ease. Ride along,